International Pop Overthrow is the new record on Mercury Records by a band called Material Issue. This is what the CD looks like. Buy it. This is what the band looks like. I don't think they're for sale, but they're here on Alternate Beat.
At the right price.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Great.
Good.
Well, welcome to the Empire in good old
Thanks.
Cleveland, Ohio.
Little, what did we get? Sleet this morning? That was nice to wake up to.
Oh, yeah, well, it's better than February could be in this town.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
I remember last February. Last time we were here, we saw a great car accident, though. It kind of made the whole trip worthwhile. No one was hurt, but a lot of,
Well, give me a little details.
Axle
we were
cracked
leaving
in
some
half, I
gig,
think.
and two guys that were racing, like, one was chasing the other, and the one guy just, his, like, entire suspension just buckled in from under him, and he just went right into a pole and wrapped his car around. It was great, and we were right there.
We all applauded.
This is your first record on Mercury and everything?
First one on Mercury. It's our third record. We did a couple independent records before this.
So we don't know a whole lot about you guys. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got together, how the band formed, and why you're in this business in the first place?
Well, we're in this business because we just couldn't hack the day job thing, really. And what else? We started...
We met like in school.
Yeah.
These two guys met in school. They met me through an ad. We started playing together and liked each other, liked the same kind of music. Started writing and,
Started
typical
doing
band stories.
club
Stuck
thing.
together, started playing gigs and stuff around Chicago. Went around the Midwest, college towns, put out 2 records of our own, built a following, and
now
got
here
the
we
big
are.
deal, and here we are.
Beat, It's amazing. Rags to riches.
No, how did that ad read? Was it an interesting ad or?
It was his ad.
it was my ad. I was looking for a band.
And
It's
he
like
still
drummer.
denies what it said, but I remember it very well.
No, it didn't, man. You have to get it, I'm telling you. It said a band, I'm looking for a band, I'm a drummer, looking for a band that's into like the Replacements and REM,
Motley
kind of like,
Crue.
no, it didn't say Motley
It said
Crue.
Motley Crue. It said a band that's a cross between the
No.
Replacements and Motley Crue. And I
Maybe
said,
you
all
can
right,
settle
that's
this for us. Who's
Totally
right?
wrong.
It doesn't matter who's right, and every time we have an interview, they wind up arguing about it for about 10 or 15
Get it,
minutes
man.
while I
Get it.
sit
We'll,
here.
we'll see it.
all right.
Well, you guys can go ahead and argue. We'll talk
Right.
We're going to go back
Right.
to the library and research that back issue of it.
But apparently you guys have toured before. I mean,
Yeah.
you like to play live, and you've been out on the road.
Yeah, well, it's fun. I mean, when we were going through college, me and Ted just graduated in June. We got to, like, see the whole country, from the van, which isn't as cool as, like, an airplane, but it wasn't that bad.
Gets you a little closer, though.
Right.
Yeah, it does that, and the other thing is, like, it kind of, gives some culture to your music, when you've seen the way people are and the way places are all over the country. It's like New York, L.A., Seattle, and Detroit. I mean, we've been pretty much everywhere. I think that helped out a lot when we were making our records. We kind of wanted to make them sound good enough for the whole country as opposed to good enough for the people in Chicago or, people that we just knew locally.
So what's the Chicago sound now that you're trying to avoid?
Well, we're not trying to avoid it. I mean, I don't think anybody has ever really found out exactly what it is. I think the only thing that you'll find in all, like, Chicago-sounding bands is, like, a heavy guitar. Bands like Big Black and Naked Ray Gun and stuff like that. That's pretty much always been at the forefront of it.
There's also bands like The Ministry and the Revolting Cocks.
Yeah.
Those types of bands are coming out of Chicago,
And there's
too.
still different kind of bands, but they still have a real loud guitar thing going, which I don't know why, but I guess, like influx of, like, big amps in the city or something.
Now, being a trio, do you have any way to compensate or
Yeah,
you
we
just
play
get to-
louder.
Yeah. Now, you like the live music. Did you try to incorporate a live sound into the recording here with Jeff Murphy, the producer?
Yeah, they're pretty much our live recordings with vocal overdubs and maybe a guitar solo. Because, everyone asks us that, but all we really are is a rhythm section.
Now, you're singing a lot about women on here. There's a Lulu and a Christine and a
Yeah.
Diane and a Renee. And who are these people? And do you have
Um,
that many women in your lives or what?
Sometimes, at times, yeah. I mean, they didn't necessarily come into our lives, but we had maybe hoped they would, but they didn't, or it's written from afar at times. Or some of the songs are, my views on other people that are involved in relationships, it's not always firsthand. I think people overlook that too often.
And Valerie Loves Me is the single?
Yeah.
And there's a little story behind that, I understand.
Yeah, when I was a little kid, there was this woman that lived upstairs. She was like 18, 19. She had her own place. I thought she was really hot, so I kind of remembered about it and wrote the song down.
Can we look forward to seeing any other songs as far as singles coming out on this one?
Yeah, I believe the next single is going to be Diane, which is a song about a girl I met once that I just thought was really, really something. So I thought she deserved a song.
Well, great. We'll be looking forward to Diane. In the meantime, Valerie Loves Me is the single. Material Issue is the band, and International Pop Overthrow is the CD, and it's right here, and you can find it in your local record stores. Guys, thanks.
Thank you.
For being here. Have a good time tonight.
Thanks a lot.
I'm Tom Comer for Alternate Beat.